On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings."
Don't blink and don't skip, because if you leave early, you'll miss the one thing this entire story is actually about. Watch till the end, because the number everyone is screaming about may not even be real. On Friday, Donald Trump posted something that looked like a joke, but jokes are weapons when power uses them. "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired," he wrote. "His talent was even less than his ratings. I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next." Arrogant, casual, dismissive. The voice of a man who has never needed to prove anything because for decades, people accepted the story. And you should stay till the end, because we're going to dismantle that story layer by layer. For most of his life, Donald Trump didn't argue intelligence. He declared it. He wasn't smart because of grades. He was smart because he said so. He mocked Ivy League graduates, ridiculed experts, attacked professors, scientists, economists, anyone who relied on evidence. And every time someone questioned him, he repeated the same incantation: "I'm a very stable genius." Not once, not twice. Hundreds of times. Say it enough, and it stops sounding like a claim. It starts sounding like reality. Subscribe now, because what you're about to hear only works if you hear all of it. This week, that mythology took a hit on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, not with laughter, with silence. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett sat across from Colbert and described a document Trump has allegedly spent decades trying to keep buried. An old standardized test score referenced during a satirical but pointed segment. She reached into a folder. Colbert stopped smiling. The audience stopped breathing. This wasn't comedy timing. This was execution pacing. A number was read aloud. 970, below average, unimpressive, ordinary. And instantly, the internet did what it always does. It treated a number like a verdict. Memes exploded. Hashtags trended. People who had never cared about test scores suddenly cared very deeply. 970 genius became a punchline. But stay with me, because this is where the story gets uncomfortable. The segment escalated. Colbert referenced Trump's own bragging about acing cognitive tests, questions Trump himself has publicly talked about. What's similar about a grape and an orange? What is 30 minus 7? The jokes landed. The audience roared. But here's the thing. None of those answers were verified. None of those scores were produced. None of those documents were released. It was satire, weaponized satire. And that distinction matters more than people want to admit. Subscribe, because this is where people start lying to themselves. Then Crockett delivered the line that froze the room. She said Trump spent years mocking educated Americans while presenting himself as intellectually superior without ever releasing proof. And that statement echoes something darker. Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, has testified under oath that part of his job was threatening schools to prevent Trump's academic records from becoming public. Ask yourself this, and be honest. Why protect something that proves your greatness? You don't lock up trophies. You lock up liabilities. Social media chose a side instantly. Some defended Trump. Tests don't define intelligence. Others attacked him. He lied for decades. But both sides missed the real issue, because here's the twist. Stay. Don't click away. This is the part you were promised. There is no officially released SAT score, no authenticated IQ test, no verified College Board document, none. The number you've seen referenced in satire, discussed in commentary, amplified by outrage, but never produced as fact, which means something far more dangerous is happening. People aren't reacting to evidence. They're reacting to confirmation hunger. Trump built a myth by repeating a claim until it felt true. And his critics just did the same thing with a number they wanted to believe. That's the real reveal. Not that Trump is a genius. Not that Trump is unintelligent, but that America is addicted to narratives that feel satisfying even when proof never arrives. And that should scare you more than any test score ever could. Subscribe for the latest developments, because the next time a number drops, the question won't be, is it shocking? It'll be, who wanted you to believe it and why? And now ask yourself, if the score never mattered, why did everyone react like it did?